I'd punch that guy right in the face and kick him in the wing. That's like, oh, my kid's mad because I spanked him. Yeah, you spanked him. That's not going to be
Yeah.
a terribly pleasant experience. You guys like leaving guns in random places.
Oh, it runs in the family. It's genetic.
Oh,
you thought that was a good joke?
with the jokes.
Funny.
With the jokes. What's going on, Internet? And welcome to another episode of Officers React here on the Only Cops channel. We are here on Season 1, Episode 17, post the most dramatic episode we've seen so far.
Cried myself to sleep every day.
Moment of silence for the captain. But we are on the episode called Shake Up, and we're going to give you guys a pretty cool deep dive into this. Come check it out with us.
It's just not a term you expect to hear in 2019, you know? Grave robber. Like chimney sweep.
Why is her window rolled up? She's using her flashlight.
Keep naming old-ass jobs, and your next one's gonna be at medieval times.
Copy that.
It is 100% rolled up because you can
There he
see
is.
the reflection hitting her in the
If
face.
you start digging up body parts to make a monster, you're on your own.
Pansy.
Police!
Jeez, she scared me.
Get out of there.
It's okay, this is my mom.
And you missed her so much you had to dig her up?
No, she's got my jewelry. She's supposed to leave it to me, but they buried her with it, and now I need it.
It's about drugs.
No.
Okay, come on, climb on out
Definitely not drugs.
of there. Hands over your head.
Gloves!
Interlace your fingers.
I really do
I need
miss her.
someone to tell me this hands over the head
She's
thing.
the only person that ever believed in me. I've been so lost since she's been dead.
And maybe you should use this as an opportunity to get your life straight. You know what? Get clean. Make your mother proud.
Yeah,
Take a shower.
yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn my life around. I'm going to get clean. For Mom!
Oh, poor guy.
Maybe one of
He
those
committed
nights,
to the bit.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, that's a terrible
Come on, get
escort
up.
position. If somebody gets away from you,
Come on, I got you. Come
I'm
on.
not saying it can't happen.
What?
She's over there. I remember that statue from the funeral.
I'll put him in the shop.
Still doesn't feel real.
Yeah. But life goes on whether we like it or
You
not.
left him there by himself?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I hope he steals the shop.
Sorry. I shouldn't laugh. It's a serious moment.
I hope they left the center window open and he like
He's
Okay,
eating
back to
crawls
it.
his little way through.
He'd eaten through the window right now.
He's driving the shop with his feet.
Yeah, dude.
I will make any amount of jokes to not have to endure the suffering on Nolan's face thinking about his captain.
Yeah. It is sad. I think you could pay respects to obviously fallen officers and stuff like that. If it happened at the same cemetery, heck, we did a lot of calls in the cemetery where they buried officers, but
He sure did.
the
A lot of self-initiated calls.
it was self-initiated calls, but the he had a shovel. I mean, I guess they could have treated that with a little bit more deference in that he is technically armed, but he was pretty compliant. I'd like to see gloves anytime you're going to touch somebody, just for safety's sake.
Especially also digging in a graveyard.
Yeah, a lot of times it's
That's
going to be
gross.
like abuse of a corpse. I think that's what it is, or something like that.
Well,
Every
there's
state's going to be a
probably
little different,
Grave robbing.
like specific
Yeah.
offense. Other thing I'm thinking right off the top of my head is going to be there's probably like criminal trespass. Oftentimes graves are controlled access. You'll have like a gate or something like that so that you just can't have random people there.
Well, they have
There's two
hours too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even if there's no gate,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's hours
Like
on
a
the side.
visitation thing.
Yeah.
And it's to prevent grave robbing, right? I think
And weirdos.
escort position, which he obviously totally I don't know. He's 0 to 0 in a lot of these. Nolan is good at saving lives, not good at escorting people. But once you're in handcuffs and you're in an escort position, it's a pretty dominant position.
Well, you're also gonna feel someone because that dude
Tug.
not only pulled away, completely turned around.
Yeah.
He didn't just do that.
Well, the dangerous part about them running in that situation is they can't catch themselves. It's a lot of times why, like, it was in our policy we couldn't tase people that were running over pavement because if I tase them and it does work, they're not able to catch
That
themselves.
came later.
Yeah, that did come afterwards. And actually, it was post this episode, so
Yeah.
technically we're old like that.
True.
But the
This is when policing was still fun.
it
2019.
was a different time.
The good old
The
days.
good old days.
I'm gonna reminisce like Keith does about the 90s. 2018 and 19.
Those are good years. I do think that it's important to take care of your suspect in that instance, and then not leaving him in the car by himself. One, if he's having some sort of medical emergency, you want to be there because you're now responsible for his safety.
Yeah, he
but
just broke his legs on that headstone.
also for scene safety, because he can fight his way out of these cuffs and potentially steer your vehicle, and you should be on the hook for that because you gave him access to a motor vehicle that's got likely guns in it. So yeah, don't do that.
The following protocol changes will take place immediately. When we're putting boots on top of lockers, any boots left on top of lockers will be thrown away at midnight and noon daily. Second, every officer must provide a business card to every citizen they contact. If a citizen doesn't want a business card, the officer must write a police report and document the fact the citizen refused a business card.
Sir, with all due respect, this sucks.
Ours is not to judge, Officer Lopez. Command believes that the captain's focus on efficiency is what Mid-Wilshire needs right now. Captain, can I help you?
I need an updated vehicle list.
Yes, sir, I'm in the middle of roll call. I'll get to you right after. But since you're here, would you like to say anything inspirational today's shift?
You talking about the boots?
Yes, sir.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, keep up the
He's got the mug and
good
everything.
work.
All right. Last
Most accurate representation the rookie's ever shown.
I would agree. I was trying to think about, is that annoying? Yes. But is it accurate?
Yeah. 100% accurate.
I don't know that there was a more accurate depiction of police interactions internally.
Not yet.
I had, and don't get me wrong, we give administrators a pretty hard time. I had a handful of very good ones, but that was incredibly
The ratio
common.
was
Oh, it was not a good one. The batting average for promoting good leadership was not
Pretty
great.
you're not getting in the Hall of Fame, that's for sure.
And it's kind of weird because so like in a corporate setting, it's annoying because oftentimes like the people in entry level jobs had to really struggle to get that job.
Yeah.
They're probably underemployed and they're overskilled for their position, and they're very familiar with the programmatic day-to-day, how do we make this company make money?
Mhm.
And then you'll have like a C-suite person kind of kick in, and like everyone collectively like sighs and moans about it because they're like, he's going to give us a weird analogy about how things are going to get better, bring up a bunch of terrible ideas, and we're going to do our best to ignore them without being rude. But you have to acquiesce because that person's like responsible for your employment. In policing, it's so much worse because like you're all beholden to the same oath. You're all like, he's even wearing a uniform
Yeah.
in that instance, right?
Yeah.
Like they're about to leave that briefing room, and some of them are going to get in a fight, and some of them are going to get in a pursuit or have to get yelled at in a domestic or whatever. And this guy's top priority
His boots.
was boots being on top of lockers. I do understand there's probably a sanitary concern or something like that. Or they're trying to prevent like people from stealing people's stuff. That does happen in police stations. Leave a
I
flashlight
bet
somewhere.
for him it's like OCD.
100%. But like that's going to be
Also,
the
do you
thing
think
he's
he would
concerned
have
about.
the ability to say every person you come in contact with, you have to give a business card or you have to write a report?
The report aspect's we had we called them
That was a
Sandies,
state thing.
but
That came down from the state.
the state of Texas required that post Sandra Bland that we were giving anybody we had an interaction with a card with her name and badge number and a way to file a complaint, like the
Yeah.
information on how to do
I just
it.
don't think he has the administrative power
Yeah,
to dump that on
an
this-
entire shift.
this
Yeah,
side of town.
and then also like, what is the report for? I was out with this person, and unless they're
no.
just trying to keep
It would be I, Officer So and So, was assigned to this patrol district.
was
I was
on duty in
on
full
duty
uniform.
in full uniform in shop number blah blah blah. I made contact with said human being at said time of day.
Yeah.
The clouds were relatively low. The temperature was a balmy 72.
Yeah.
There was a 33% chance of rain. That's how my report would have went.
Yeah. At the time, stocks were doing well, so morale around across the city was probably doing okay. The Clippers won.
Botox was still cheap.
Yeah.
Gas prices were still high.
Yeah. My bowel
The
movement that
Clippers
morning.
don't ever win.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't think that's true.
But yeah, it's a weird administrative ask that is burdening what's already probably a pretty burdened shift.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. But here's the thing. That's
Well,
realistic.
Officer West is on this shift, so
They're
it's pretty
undermanned.
burdened.
Yeah.
It's been a business. District Attorney's Office is a witness on ICE. They need our help watching them. I usually don't assign rookies these type of details, Officer Nolan. And Officer Bishop would have to agree.
Forget it. Protection details are like watching paint dry.
Looks like you're out of luck.
I'll do it. And Nolan and I haven't had a chance to bond yet. Great.
All right, Bishop, you're rewriting with Chin. That's it. Oh, and remember, when you take your shops in at night, you now have to drive by the garage to get a mechanical inspection and mileage report. You're welcome.
You're right. This sucks.
For you, because I'll be home eating dinner while you're doing all that.
Nope. You won't.
In no universe.
I'll be right back.
Make it fast. Captain's put a clock on our rollout.
Is this the nurse?
Yes, this is the nurse.
So they are dating now?
Yes.
Got it.
He left your off-duty weapon at my place.
Can't believe I did that.
And you were a little distracted.
Look, you don't understand. If anybody found out about this, I get fired. Immediately. And like, what? Why
What?
would you bring it here? What if you got pulled over?
You're mad
Why?
at me about this.
No, look,
Okay. I gotta get to work.
I'm sorry, Gino.
Yeah.
Hey, Boot, what's the holdup?
Nothing. Sorry. Yeah, actually, can I just get a minute? I need to hit the locker room.
30 seconds or I fail you for the day.
I don't understand why he would get fired for leaving his off-duty gun in his boyfriend's house, unless it's just a stupid California thing.
Yeah. And California people will have to go correct this in the comment section
Oh,
below
yes, please come in our comments.
about whether or not significant others can transport for you or whatever it is.
Didn't even mean for that one to happen.
Yeah. The other thing I think what's kind of selfish on Officer Worst's part is his partner's trying to be supportive of the unique set of circumstances that he's in as being a police officer, right? Or a police officer in training, right? Like if your boyfriend's trying to be cool and he also played it cool, he didn't call the station, hey, by the way, he left his gun here.
But here's my thing. It's your off-duty gun, right?
Yeah. Why do you need it?
So do you need to bring it up there? Or
Yeah.
could you just text him and say, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
you might want to stop and get this
Yeah.
after shift?
I wonder if maybe there's a safe storage clause in California that
And,
requires
like,
that it
the
has to be
boyfriend
in a
doesn't have
safe.
safe?
Yeah. That's
So
my
does his
guess.
locker count as safe storage?
I'm assuming the entire facility's secured theoretically.
So you know what's funny about that? When I was on Southside, there was one of our classmates used to leave their whole duty belt in their locker and lock it, like lock their locker and everything.
No kidding.
Because he had kids
Yeah.
and he didn't want to deal with them. He came into work one day and his Glock was fully taken apart in his locker.
No way.
One of the lieutenants got in his locker and took his Glock completely apart.
That's so dumb.
So so you're telling me I can't leave my patrol, my duty weapon in my locker at a secure police station? Like,
You mean to tell me an administrator spent very precious time in his very precious schedule to go and just disassemble a Glock
So,
to be a dirt?
not only
dirtbag?
that, he made this officer have to spend time putting his duty weapon back together.
He also disassembled and potentially damaged critical parts to the operation of that, unless he's an armorer.
He is.
But even if he is an armorer, was the person that now had to reassemble it an armorer?
Correct.
You know?
Just
So
petty.
You stuck
Petty
them in a
stuff.
position where they potentially risked one of their life-saving devices.
This is the same side of town that recorded a day shift video at Dunkin' Donuts and wrote the midnight shift officers up for having lunch at Dunkin' Donuts because there was too many officers.
We don't like administrators, in case you're wondering.
Most.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, we don't like most.
There's some good ones out there. There's some great ones out there. But the batting average is poor.
You up to date on protection detail protocols?
I think so.
Okay, we use a loser system. Name for the losers we protect. LOSR. Listen, observe, secure, report. You listen for any movement, changes, or information that impact the mission. Observe the subject's behavior, changes in the environment, etc. Secure. Make sure no threats infiltrate the perimeter. And finally, report. Report any suspicious activity, no matter how minor, to your superior officer immediately. That means me.
What about E? Loser has an E?
E is for engage, which is left out because you are not to engage a subject unless it's a life-threatening emergency. We're here to guard this guy, not braid his hair and be besties. That understood?
Understood. I don't even know how to braid hair. I was gonna learn if we had a daughter, but never mind.
I think Tim is a good FTO for Nolan.
Yeah. That's a good contrast.
Yes.
You know what's ironic? I had an FTO that was very much like Tim.
Yes, you did.
And I was a very talkative person.
Yes, you are.
I don't know if you can tell or not.
No.
And it was
no one that watches these videos can tell that you are talkative.
I was at least I knew the difference in between sympathy and empathy. Go reference one of our other videos on that joke. But I think they might have realized I was maybe a little too nice. And I got stuck with a female
PTO?
version of Tim.
Oh, you're saying
like the training center was like
training staff.
Josh is way too nice. We need to pair him with the most difficult FTO we can get.
I believe they knew that in the academy.
Yeah, I buy that. I got away with it. I'm a relatively large male. And so you can really slide with being polite and nice and killing people with kindness.
But you also never...
But there's a safety issue with that, right?
There is if you let there become a safety issue. And
Yeah.
I don't think you ever let that happen.
But I had the female equivalent to Tim. And we actually some of the best calls I had in field training where I learned the most.
Since we've left, I appreciate her more now.
100%. Oh yeah. If I look back on officers that I admire that I think had a really big impact on me being good at the job, she's probably the top of the list.
Yeah. I didn't work with her long enough to
dude, absolute
get
animal.
all that, but
absolute animal. No lights on boot nonsense from her. But
yeah.
We'll keep going. This was good. Man, now I feel kind of persecuted. Every time I make fun of Nolan, I'm making fun of myself.
You're under
No,
arrest for
no, you're
assaulting
not.
an officer.
He's the one who should be arrested. He said he'd rip up the ticket if I gave him $100.
It's not true.
Like how it isn't?
Sir, there's no use in lying, all right? Whatever really happens is gonna be on the officer's body camera. Where's your body camera?
It's in the car. It was on the fritz. I'll go get it.
Officer, wait!
That's hilarious.
Yikes.
Get out of the car!
Big yikes.
Get out of the car now!
Okay, take it easy.
Get out of the car!
Take it easy, man. Come on.
Interlace your fingers and face the car.
Okay. Okay, it's just a big misunderstanding. Can we just talk this out? You know, cop to cop.
You're not a cop. And impersonating a
There's
law
two
enforcement
fit cops
officer is a
here.
felony.
This one has a body camera, the other doesn't. Bro, I'm really roasting this poor kid.
Not like he doesn't deserve it.
Good on him for figuring that out. So,
Well, good on his FTO.
oh, it was
She saw the
Man.
sticker on the door
in the middle of handling.
because he was just going to let him walk back to his car.
Yeah. So also, if that's CHP, which Highway Patrol in California, you want to talk about a straight laced group of dudes that
Yeah.
like do everything by the book.
Yeah.
Like they recruit type A people to do type A work.
Also, maybe it's in the episode, but did he have a radio to like call in like officer in distress.
Oh yeah, or they just happened upon it that they saw it. The guy was in a fight. Yeah,
Right.
maybe we're missing context, but either way, one, CHP getting their ass kicked just would not happen, and two, not being in like conformity with their uniform policy would
He's
just simply not
likely also not wearing a vest, which is very noticeable.
happen. Yeah,
Like, it's not
that's
just
kind of wild.
a thin, like it's not
yeah.
like a tank top under your
Yeah,
shirt.
I never ran into a fake cop like this, but I
Not that
did
we
run
know of.
into. Yeah, no kidding, right? But I
There was
def-
that one guy in the white SUV.
That's what I was about to say, yeah. But I did run into security guards
who thought they were cops.
that would way overstate their authority, and I was like, "You need to chill." I
Like at
watched
that,
multiple, bro,
at that one bar.
bro,
Yeah.
bro.
So I pepper sprayed him.
yeah, you're like,
What?
what?
Then I detained him. Bro, I'm about to charge you with assault.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, understand your authority, regardless of your affiliation or not affiliation with law enforcement, and act accordingly.
I want a lawyer.
Maybe you can impersonate one.
Oh,
you thought that was a good joke?
With the
Oh, you thought
jokes,
she's funny. Oh.
with the jokes, my dog.
Getting awfully comfortable with yourself. Think you're
It-
funny.
They never resolved his dad being kind of shifty in that other episode,
I'm sure it's
like
coming.
planting evidence. and
I'm
all
sure
that
it'll
stuff.
come up.
Maybe it
We'll
will.
probably get family dinner when he introduces his boyfriend to his dad. He's gonna get mad and he's gonna be like, "Well, I heard that you planted a murder weapon on a suspect," and then it's just gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah, I heard you left her off duty at your boyfriend's house.
Oh, burn! That's a good joke.
You guys like leaving guns in random places.
Oh, it runs in the family. It's genetic.
I'm sorry, guys. He's
Maybe that was his dad's boyfriend.
the plot
Plot
thickens.
twist.
Anyways, we'll keep
Yeah,
going.
let's keep going before this goes off the rails.
7 out of 19 on scene at the mutual aid call. I'll make contact in 10 seconds.
Roger, 7 out of 19.
That is not a very slick car.
LAPD, Bradford, Nolan.
Officer Nolan?
Nolan.
Hey, I'm ADA Sean Del Monte. Jessica Russo told me you'd be helping out.
Sir, Officer Nolan is a rookie. I'm his superior, Officer Tim Bradford.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed that he'd be in charge. The last guy Jessica dated was a Navy SEAL.
Seriously?
Yeah. Talk about a strong handshake, like a vice grip.
Okay, we have the download and our protectee.
Of course. Yeah. Brad Hayes. Worked Border Patrol for 12 years down in Temecula. Rose to second in command. And he turned around and started using what we taught him to help the other side. He charged the cartels a fortune to smuggle people in and
Probably
out.
pretty common.
Now he's naming names.
No wonder he's hiding out here.
Yeah, he's testifying before a grand jury tomorrow. Look, Sheriff's Department will coordinate shift changes. Here's my card. Use the cell number in case anything comes up, no matter how small.
Will do.
Deputy, it's very nice to meet both of you. And again, sorry for the confusion.
No worries.
Navy SEAL?
Focus, Boot. I'll do a sweep of the house. No ingress and egress points, escape avenues, and sight lines. Report back in 10.
Yes, sir.
Neither one of you are gonna watch The Suspect.
How's it going?
I
Fine,
guess
thanks.
he's technically the protectee.
Oh. No Ian Loser.
No, Ian Loser.
Ah,
I never was given a detail like that. I don't even know if we did details like that, unless you were a specialized unit. But police training,
I'm also confused why Patrol is doing that.
yeah, I don't know that there's anything in the police sphere that would make you good at stuff like executive protection. There's a reason why executive protection is its own offshoot of security.
So they said deputy, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't this always be a county thing?
that's what I was thinking. Or even
like
that,
a state thing?
or even
like-
that you would have like a, maybe not a bailiff, but like you would have county resources for that type of stuff
Yeah.
for witness protection,
Yeah.
or federal resources or state resources. I just
Yeah,
would
where's
not.
the FBI?
I was gonna get at, yeah, it was the FBI person. Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, are they dating?
Yeah.
Oh,
She gave him her number after she signed the autograph his book.
got it.
He has, he has my sympathies,
Bro.
but the
Dude.
bro, Nolan,
Cleaning house, son.
he's the main character. My dog, he's doing very good for himself too.
Well, Depends on how you feel about the feds, but
Bro,
I know. Yeah,
he's
I get
giving it to the
I,
feds, though.
yeah.
I'm just saying, dog. Like,
It's a whole new
before-
definition to
Exactly, bro.
She's got him locked up in there. Haven't been able to reach him in days.
Who?
My boyfriend.
Who's got him locked up?
His mother.
His mother? Look, no offense, but could it be that he just doesn't want to see you?
No, she's really strict, and she hates that we're together. Please.
I've
I'm
worked
really
this
worried.
welfare check.
yeah.
Police, open up!
Somehow I feel like this one's gonna be different though. Why are you making contact? You have a rookie.
Wait! I have a key. I have a key.
Stay back.
To his mom's house?
I wonder what they heard for exigency out in here.
No way they heard that from outside.
They're barely hearing it in here, yeah. Oh, shout out to him. Trip.
Destroy them. And by the power of our Lord Jesus Christ, may you be snatched away and driven from the church of God.
What? Never worked that welfare check.
So, maybe this is what they meant by Californication. It's kind of weird. I've never run into this.
I think it's supposed to be an exorcism,
I'm
right?
just saying.
I don't want to know what you do at church.
I'm just saying.
How did
That's what I
she-
mean. Like, so the problem, my issue is, right?
How did she bruise him?
I feel like you would have to treat this like a domestic, regardless of the spiritual machinations of what's going on.
Are you
here.
calling this unlawful restraint or
Well, also you have BI, clear BI,
true?
right? So, unless he claims to have consented to this, yeah, this is domestic assault all the way.
That's a weird kink if he consented to this.
That's what I'm getting at, you know,
Especially 'cause it's his
or
mom.
or if it's a legit exorcism and he's asking for this to be performed on him and so on and so forth, then you could say that there's consent.
Maybe she thinks he's been taken by the devil because of his girlfriend.
That's potential. She did look like she was of the Islamic faith, and
Possibly.
he's given the nature of what
Catholic.
we're seeing Catholic. So maybe you will run into stuff like this. Not this specifically, but
Hopefully not
a
this.
conflict of culture or cultural norms and things of that nature.
From all the souls made in the image and likeness of God and redeemed by the precious blood of the divine.
I don't know that
Lamb,
I'm holstering
I
up,
cast you-
dog.
Ooh.
Get away from him! That's enough.
No! You have to let me save him. He's been possessed by the Dark One.
Control, I need R8 6991 West Elroy, teenage Hispanic male suffering from dehydration.
What did you do to him, you sick bitch?
Hey,
No!
He's been possessed by your filth.
There it is.
There it is. He's like, mi amor. Cue the like telenovela music, right?
Jane the Virgin.
Right? Tell me I'm wrong. I had a pretty prevalent Middle Eastern. I think we had a mosque where we were at, and there were times where I have to work a domestic, and I was only allowed to talk to the dad or the head of the household, which is weird for me. But I would do my best to acquiesce as long as I didn't feel like it interfered with our investigation. If it was going to be that like I could articulate the wife being the victim, I might have to pull a female officer if I can. If not, you got to do what you got to do. Your job is to enforce the law with as sensitive as you can be to obviously like religious predispositions and preferences. However, the one issue where you run into a line here, and this is really where I don't want to call it the separation of church and state, but there is a certain degree where now someone's causing harm, right? If I'm performing random exorcisms on people in the street that I don't know and they're not consenting to it, and that I'm tying them down or whatever, even though that person might earnestly believe they're saving people's souls, they're still doing so by trampling on constitutional rights. You can't do impromptu baptisms for people. You're also missing the part that there's also, again, the religious argument against that. It's like, hey, a baptism something you're consenting to. If anything, like imagine if you took holy water and threw it on someone.
What about
Technically, that's
an
assault.
impromptu circumcision?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, though there are certain religious protections within the Constitution, they are both limited to yourself and what you can do with yourself. Once you start to really bridge onto other people, or again, unlawfully restrain somebody, that's I don't know if he's a minor or not, but even if he was a minor, like this would be pretty far past, like for disciplinary.
You still have domestic assault.
100%. Yeah.
You think it'll be okay?
Oh,
Physically, yes, but mentally, I'm not so sure.
Sketchy.
I still can't believe a mother would do that to her own son. Sadly, it's not the worst thing I've seen a parent do. Oh,
Pause it also
hey,
real
do you
quick.
mind?
This is like the third or fourth time they might have to rewind it in the footage where she's reholstering, and they have put her duty belt so incredibly high up on her waist that she is often flagging herself in the hip while she's reholstering. I've seen it if you look at Bishop's belt, which is much more like actually on her hips, versus Chen's belt, which is almost like on her belly button, that's a big safety concern because you do have to reholster if you get clenched, or you have reholstering when you're going to go like hands-on with somebody and you're transitioning from lethal to non-lethal force. That could be a real big issue because you could have an ND on yourself. So I have an issue with that. I just noted that's like the third or fourth time where I was like, it's not just her being an actress.
Yeah.
It's due to how high up that holster is.
Especially if she's carrying a SIG.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Did they send him to Shaw Memorial? Okay, yeah, no, that's good. My dad got attacked by one of his patients. They think his arm is broken. 唔使驚啊，佢冇事嘅。我梗會去探佢啦。I'll go as soon as my shift's done, okay? Boo, we'll go now. Okay, I'm gonna go right now, and I'll call you right after I see him, okay? I love you too.
But you're not going now. You're on duty. Are you gonna mark out? Are you
With
not gonna work the domestic assault you just
with
witnessed?
a suspect in your backseat? You're gonna go to the hospital?
Yeah, I'm assuming they arrested a lady.
Yeah, it's family. Control. Have a unit meet us at Shaw
What?
Memorial
What?
for prisoner transfer. Also, show us 10-6
You're in the middle
personal.
of a domestic and you're marking out on a person?
So fun story time. I had my wife thought that somebody was breaking into her apartment. Real quick to delineate that that's not what happened. An Amazon guy was trying to drop off.
Guess who responded to that call?
So they went.
It was me.
Yeah. So they went 1034, which is like officer in distress,
We
very
sure
critical.
did.
Send it. So what was that response like? I didn't get to hear it, but
It was interesting.
so in the middle of before they got dispatched, she called me, and we were in field training.
Did you call it in?
No,
How'd they figure out it was her?
I think she said it.
Okay. Because
So
at first it just came in
Yeah.
as a burglary, I think.
yeah, which
And
is still a
then-
burglary in progress. Would still be
and-
priority 0,
Yeah, but
probably.
we're not
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. So, anyways,
We're not going like that.
So
And then I think they put it on the MDC. I don't remember.
yeah,
But it was
So my wife thought somebody's breaking into the house. They realized it was an officer's wife's house, right?
like 6 cops showed up.
And so the fear is that this is retaliation or something of that nature. And I'm in a patrol car at work, and she calls me, and I pick up the phone just like this, and I was like, "We need to call the police." I mean, I know I was the police in my same city, but that was not my primary
we were kind of the
responsibility.
police. We were still like
Yeah, we were still in
A
field
or B
training.
phase.
But
It was early.
I was easily 30 minutes even going
100%. Yeah.
And so there's officers that were easily
'Cause it
5
was
minutes
day
away.
shift.
Yeah.
I was on day shift.
Yeah. I was on B.
So yeah,
And,
you'd probably just gotten to work.
But anyways, yeah, I was like, call 911. I can't just leave what I'm doing to go. If it was something critical, maybe you'd get an accommodation for it. But typically, yeah, like that is the
plus you don't need to respond to a call like that anyway.
No, I have an emotionally
Yeah.
vested interest in the outcome of that call, so I don't have any business. I should not be responding to that call.
Yeah.
That's a conflict of interest.
Who knew that would happen and we'd be here someday?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Your mother shouldn't have called you.
Of course she should have. What happened?
No, she shouldn't
I
have.
was in the middle of some alternative anger management therapy, and my patient lost control.
What's his name?
Why?
That's not important.
Because he broke your arm.
No, he had a dissociative episode. He didn't mean to hurt me.
It doesn't matter. The law is clear.
The law is broken.
Like
Just like your arm.
阿爸，唔好咁啦，而家唔係爭論嘅時候。
啲法例啊黐線㗎，將啲精神病人當作監犯，
So is she
完全不
there to
問
take
根
the
由，
report?
簡直罔顧人命。
Also a massive conflict of interest.
Yep.
So, you think this is the solution? To pretend that this didn't happen?
It's a better solution than letting you lock him up.
Yep.
Now I'm in pain. So if you're more worried about being a cop than being my daughter, maybe you should leave.
Ooh, got him, coach.
He's not wrong though.
How often do you think you let an ache or pain slide that came from arresting someone where you probably totally could have charged resisting, causing injury to an officer? Scrape, bump, bruise.
Probably a dozen times.
At least. I can more than what I can count on both of my hands did that happen. Mostly because I'm like, this person's either incredibly mentally ill,
There's
homeless.
probably a lot of like resisting that I
just didn't tack it on.
wouldn't-
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go check out our lives. We go live twice a week. We do make fun of resisting charges most times.
Yeah, because they're ridiculous most of the time.
But I do think that we are not a very good solution to mental illness. I think that we're a band-aid and what's probably a more like long-term solution. And people that are providing care to that specific demographic understand what they're signing up for. In the same way that I can't be mad that I'm having to work overtime or somebody doesn't like me. Like, yeah, dog, you're the consequence for actions. People are not going to like you. You're not allowed to get your feelings hurt just because somebody that you're arresting isn't happy with you. Like, it's like, oh, my kid's mad because I spanked him. Yeah, you spanked him. It's not going to be a terribly pleasant experience.
Nurse's station.
Gino, hey, I tried calling your cell.
Yeah, I know. I didn't answer.
Oof.
Hello?
Why are they making personal phone calls on duty?
He hung up.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing. Do you mind if we stop by the hospital after lunch?
Yes.
Not unless you get food poisoning.
Thank God for her.
That should have been the response Chen got.
Yeah.
And it was Bishop's idea.
I mean, I understand it to a certain extent. Like, make sure your parents are okay.
If
but
this
like,
guy was on his deathbed,
yeah, that's
sure.
different. A broken arm, though. I mean, whatever. Also, you would have never caught me on my phone during a shift with a PTO unless it was an absolute emergency.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be calling my boyfriend.
Anybody. Like, bro, especially also my issue with it too is when you're in a public area like that. One, you're on duty, so that means that you're also vigilant and looking for crime and things of that nature. But like, dog, be self-aware. Like, they just greenlit an officer like 2 episodes ago. Like, you got to think that like you're in a area where there are going to be bad actors, or they're going to be like, even just from a safety standpoint. Like, if you're on the freeway and you're making a quick call to somebody because you're driving, that's one thing.
Sure.
But
still,
I don't know, man. Especially when you're in field training, they're a little too comfortable with their training officers.
No reason that guy fell out of that pit.
Bro, this is like you know what? Gray's got that impeccable balance. I'll tell you what, bad earthquake.
It's an earthquake.
California literally had to change their building codes. Yeah.
Get out!
Oh.
Wade!
Is this the FBI lady?
Yeah, I think
Why
so.
is she still there?
Well, she's in the LA field office. She asked for a transfer when she met no one.
That's not a conflict of interest.
That was a pretty good one.
I'm gonna check the house, make sure we're still 5 by 5. Watch him.
Never been through an earthquake before.
Yeah, they take some getting used to.
Are those guys supposed to be here?
Away from there.
Ben,
got him.
What about watch him? Don't you understand?
I guess the title makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Bro, has Nolan ever thrown a punch?
Bro.
He just slapped you.
Get him. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
I guess he did punch that one in there.
Going to jump for assaulting a peace officer.
You all right? Yeah. Any word on the hit squad? No. Radios are down. Phone. Weren't around.
Interessante. So, radio communications, and I'm not a subject matter expert. However, my understanding of it is that they're based off of repeaters, but also like peer-to-peer communications, right? Technically, radio should not go down just because power goes out, because you still can talk peer-to-peer on a radio. Please, someone in the comment section correct me if I'm wrong. Cell towers, totally could see it.
Yeah,
if power goes,
if the earthquake was good enough,
yeah,
you could probably take down a couple cell towers and you'd knock out a whole area.
yeah,
but
and you might take down repeaters, but you're talking like $6,000 Motorola.
Yeah,
you know.
And also, would it be that localized?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I have no idea how that stuff works.
Somebody that's survived a tornado, or not a tornado, I've survived a tornado, a earthquake. Let us know. I would assume in an organization as big and sophisticated as LAPD, you would have generators, you would have a way to get your repeaters up, or you'd have.
Also, I didn't think radio signal worked like that though.
Yeah, I mean it's peer. This is all peer to peer and going
Right.
off a repeater, and so I'm sure that
Maybe.
repeater needs power to do the repeating, right? Like that's like the whole point of it. But I figured you'd have a pretty robust system for this so that radios don't go down. But I don't know. Some dispatcher or a Motorola rep or somebody correct us. I buy cell phones though. The cell phones 100% go down.
Hey, call out if you're injured.
Hello? Hello? Landlines are down.
79100. Status report. Hello? Hello? So are the radios.
Where's the captain?
Doctor's appointment. Or maybe lunch by now. Everyone, listen up. We trained for this. First priority is assessment. Lennox Hall, sweep the station for casualties. If anyone needs to go home to check on your family, you're dismissed. We take care of our own. Come back when you can. It's all right. With comms down, we skip right to the old school part of the manual. This is a city with people in crisis. We will serve them, we will protect them, and we will make them safe.
I do
Understand?
respect the if you need to go home and check on your family,
Mega
since
based.
the phone is down,
Yeah, mega based.
because you're likely going to be there for
A minute. Yeah.
12, 24, however many hours.
Emergency response does have contingency plans for this type of stuff. If you had a complete catastrophic breakdown of everything, there is a response. I think a lot of people don't understand or appreciate what it's like to be an essential worker. It's a weird space to be in. For 2020 was a weird time for. It's
Yeah.
weird because I listened to a lot of people talk about that year, and we were both beat cops at the time.
Yep.
And they all talk about 2020 being weird for them and like working from home or isolating. And I was like, I experienced none of that. I did not get the
I also
2020 experience.
find
outside
it
of-
hilarious what people think they're essential.
It's
or
a weird,
not.
it's a weird deal. But I will say, like, when you're talking about emergency response, you're talking about doing welfare checks on people,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what needs to happen to get things back up and running. They're going to be worried about a breakdown in traffic, if there's cars blocking the road, if there's power lines that are down,
Well, earthquakes, you got to think about whole building
everything.
collapse.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And so fire is only going to have a certain capacity to respond to some of that. EMS is only going to have a certain. So like at this point, if I can't be dispatched to it, they're going to be roving looking
Yeah.
for it. And
You're
so
gonna have to try and just
what you would do is you'd say, hey, well, we're going to look at our watch for the next hour. I need you to patrol this sector. You to patrol this sector. If you find somebody that needs aid, either get them and move them to an aid station or get aid to them. But all of that would have to happen on an individual basis. You'd have to have like a casevac or a casualty like gathering area, basically, where you could pull casualties that have either minor injuries or major injuries, get them to hospitals. The hospitals would know, hey, triage is going to be a little bit different. There are some plans for this. Some cities are more prepared than others. But
they have to be prepared in California.
Fires very different. Like they have real bad forest fires and stuff like that. Their fire departments are better equipped for that than you're going to see in like Florida, probably, or Louisiana. So there's an interesting versus like high water rescue.
True.
I bet somewhere like Louisiana probably crushes at that, where you wouldn't see that in like Colorado. You're going to be prepared for the mission set that you're going to be likely tasked with. But in this instance, I don't know if I just don't drop this dude off in a jail, because you got way other higher priority things to be doing than sitting on this loser.
Would it help if I said I was sorry? I think the earthquake set off my fight or flight response.
Save it. I can't get through the DA's office or the station. Radios are down, phone lines are overwhelmed. Get ready to move. Can't take a chance this place has been compromised.
That's dumb. Why would we run around the city? There's no cover, no concealment. I say we stay put from a tactical standpoint.
You don't get a vote. You hit me in the head.
No one else in the house, right?
If there is, shoot him.
Oh. You probably lose that. I'm not saying it can't be won. Yeah, Nolan's out here.
We gotta get out of here. Back door. What if there's a gunman out there too? Then you'll shoot him. We're sitting ducks here. Go. I'm not going anywhere. Go.
Yeah, AK dude at the stairs probably smoking. Stop.
I was gonna say that little bit of drywall
to not
going right through that.
To not interfere with ITAR restrictions on training, I can at least explain the difference in between concealment and cover. They're all currently utilizing what's called concealment, which means you can't see me, right? Cover is something that'll protect me. So imagine if there is a guy with a sword and I'm hiding in a bush. He can't see me, but he could very easily cut through that. Versus holding a shield up could stop that blow. That's basically the difference. Drywall, you can go ahead and YouTube it. Just look up 762 by 39 versus wall, and you'll see how well that wouldn't have gone.
A lot of things,
dude. Yeah, I mean a 22 could zip through that. To be honest, so yeah, that's pretty unrealistic.
I'm also not staying there.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
You can also see this a lot of times. You'll see shootouts that happen at this distance. This would have been a different rookie show probably after that, depending on how that went down.
We would have had a different main character.
Yeah, 100%. We'd have buried him right next to the captain.
Also, they're not even wearing vests.
That's what I'm getting at. No vests, and you're in a
not that it would matter with
gunfight with a dude with a fully automatic AK inside of a house distance.
Lucky for them, he can't shoot.
Yes.
So,
but I guess they got to move now. It is now GTA 5 out there. Get out! I was like, you can shoot the OC can, but you can't shoot the guy. Oh no! Go!
Also, he shot that OC can with a 9mm.
Yeah,
there's no way it just pierced it.
Yeah,
and shoots up. Bet he's got a headache.
Our fearless leader wants me to immediately dispatch a unit to Bel Air to guard against looters. And he also wants one sent to his own block. You believe this guy? There's no way I'm doing this.
Oh, yes, you are. He's the captain. Disobeying orders like that will do nothing but get you fired.
Man.
I'd start writing my book right now.
Yep. Are you going to terminate me for prioritizing other things?
Yeah. Also, you're a cop, so why don't you guard your own block?
Yeah, dog.
Sorry to interrupt. How's he feeling?
Better. Thank you for saving him.
Hey, he can speak.
Of course.
Can he?
It's my job.
We haven't heard anything.
What's gonna happen to my mom?
Prison.
Is she going to jail?
That's not my call. She's facing serious charges. But her state of mind will be taken into consideration. And if you can advocate on her behalf, there's a chance she could avoid prison and get the treatment she needs.
Thank you.
Control.
I mean, it kind of is your call that she's going to jail.
I was going to say, they
she
need to...
committed a crime.
Yeah.
It's not your call on prison, but...
The assault BI is probably out of his hands, because even if he said he consented to it, it's the level of injury that's there.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to be... The charge is going to be pressed, but if it goes to court, he would be her star witness for saying no.
Well, let's be real. She's going to go to jail, go through the booking process. She'll get released. Detectives will try and follow up.
Yeah.
He's not going to answer his phone.
Mm.
He's not going to cooperate
It'll
at all
be
with the investigation.
Unsubstantiated or whatever.
And then they're going to try and give it to a prosecutor, and the prosecutor's going to be like, your only witness is the mad current girlfriend, whatever she is.
Right.
We're not doing anything with this.
No.
That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
This is a waste of time and resources. The last thing people are going to do when the city's at a standstill is drive up to Bel Air and loot.
Or maybe not.
What is with all this rain?
Yeah. What's this called?
Front door's open.
Did I get smoked? Yes. We shoot back? No? Okay, cool.
Not Officer West.
That's true.
We're lucky he took his gun out.
That's true. Freed Vice, getting shot at by yet another automatic rifle in California. They're really shitting the bed here on enforcing gun laws. But this guy's rich. That's right. Laws don't apply to him. Hold on. But the
he is the law.
I'd be curious to see what their exigency to go in is. Unless they're just gonna go to neutralize the threat because they think this guy's an active shooter or something like that. Maybe,
but they don't know who lives there.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, we don't have and you won't have a 911 call, so I guess you have to investigate it. But like, there's got to be a better option than handguns and going through the front door that he just left.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're not calling SWAT.
Well, you also can't call for backup given the circumstances.
Yeah.
So this is a you problem, but at the same time, the issue becomes tactically, like, this is a hard one. I don't know if there's a good answer to this, but currently what they're doing is not giving them a very high probability of survivability, but plot armor, I guess.
You're retreating inside.
Let's go.
Oh, we did see this.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
Remember your training. Keep it cool. Keep it tight.
Drop the gun! Don't leave BB gun!
What the hell happened to you?
My boss, he's lost his mind. What, a fat guy in a kimono? Yeah, Tommy Lamont. I'm his assistant. He was on day 3 of a coke binge when the earthquake hit, and now he thinks it's the end of the world.
I'm still lost on the welts.
He had us hunting each other throughout the house with BB guns to stay sharp for the upcoming apocalypse.
You're kidding.
I wish. But then when it hit,
Yeah, I
got
still,
into the gun cabinet, and I
watching
was
this the second
terrified he would
time,
forget
don't love
which
the
was which.
idea of letting him go because you don't know
Yeah.
if that's true or not.
Yes.
These
Go
could
do
still
that
be
and wait
looters
outside.
in this random dude's house.
It's a good story though.
On me.
I do.
Also, this rich man's house just got tore up by that earthquake.
Yeah.
Jonah! Jonah!
Mr. Lamont, LAPD! Mr. Lamont, I need you to stand where I can see you and put your weapons on the ground.
I'm not falling for that. I saw that
That
episode
was a
of Midnight
movie?
Apocalypse where they steal the police
That was a
uniforms.
This guy's out of his mind.
Sir, you're not thinking
You're
straight.
strong
We're
enough
here
to
to help
break
you.
a
I
mirror?
don't believe you.
Yeah, there's like a
Just a
reboot.
That alarm is eating into my brain.
Jonah's taking care of that.
What have you done with Jonah?
He's fine. Jonah is fine. He's helping us. Gonna take care of that alarm.
You tricked him. He's helping you steal my rations. Jonah! Don't listen to them. Don't trust them.
I'm gonna be here all day.
Mr. Lamont, I'm gonna confide in you, but you can't tell anyone. We have a place all set up. A bunch of us survivors are heading that way. Rations that can last for years, solar power. But we need you to trust us and set down your weapons. Turn around
Bro.
and put your hands on the back of your head.
My dude got
Oh,
bodied
man.
while his
By an
his-
elbow.
Yeah.
A restrained elbow.
I like the joke. I like the one-liner. Tasing a handcuffed suspect's probably not going to go down very well, but given all the bullshit going on, it's probably
Well,
not
he
gonna-
just assaulted half an officer.
I was going to say the elements of the offense are that is a officer in commission of their duties. And
I guess.
I don't know if
by
that qualifies.
Title only.
That qualifies.
Jeez.
Yeah, that guy probably gets smoked. IRL.
Well before that.
Yeah. But I don't know. Shout out to them. Good outcomes matter, right? I think it's again giving a very unrealistic expectation for what police should be able to accomplish.
Yeah.
In this type of scenario. And it's also like that's the most rational, coked out person I've ever seen in my life. Ever. If he was mid-bender,
3 days on coke?
yeah.
There's no way.
But like no sleep, no nothing. Like he thinks you're Puff the Magic Dragon and he thinks he's a squirrel foraging for, mushrooms or whatever. But we'll keep going.
Your coke binges are kind of weird.
The delusions you get from sleep deprivation?
Oh, that's true.
Be a lot nicer without these cuffs.
Tough.
Texts are back online. It's from the ADA. The hit team wasn't trying to kill Hayes. It was trying to rescue him. You were in on it the whole time? You set us up to be killed.
No.
Pause it real quick. I'd punch that guy right in the face and kick him in the wiener.
They
No
don't have
body
body
cam, no
cameras on?
nothing. Dude. Oh, it
It's from
happened.
the earthquake.
We were getting assaulted. They were trying to kill us. So, yeah.
No, it's from the earthquake.
Oh, it's from the earthquake. Yeah.
He fell and hit a table.
Yeah. Some guy puts a hit on you so that he can get out of going to prison or whatever. Yeah, dog.
He wasn't even going to prison. He was going to testify.
Yeah, he was going to testify. Yeah, dude. Dude.
Cartel must be
Street-
paying well since
yeah.
he wants to go back.
Yeah. As much as I love the idea of being a barista in Armpit, Arizona, I've got other plans.
How did they know how to find you? You were sequestered. No phone, no internet.
GPS tracker. Son of a bitch.
That's not
Too late.
mine.
We gotta get out of here.
Uh-oh.
Use him as a human shield.
Text for help, Nolan. Send text for backup.
Send text help to 911.
Yeah.
I could drop shots on these guys from this distance.
What do we do now?
You guys just let me walk away. I mean, nobody gets hurt. Think how can
They might just be going to the beach impromptu, like jeans and flannels.
With assault rifles.
That's fair. That's fair.
Assault rifles.
in
I
California?
don't think California is an open carry kind of state.
Clearly doesn't matter.
It clearly doesn't matter, dog.
It's also not a fully
Bro,
automatic weapon state.
you know what? This is why.
They're a militia. They're protecting the
Yeah,
beach from
yes.
looters.
This is why gun laws are the way they are in California. Is because they see this on TV. Oh, we're not doing enough.
Yeah,
Clearly,
probably
you're
true.
not, dog. You are not doing enough.
Think how you're gonna feel if another buddy gets killed in the line of duty. Shut up.
There it is.
See, there it is.
They can't afford to kill Hayes, so they'll have to come up here and get him.
You do know there's 3 of them, right?
It's almost a fair fight. Poke him up.
Use him as a human shield. All
These do
three.
not look like cartel dudes.
All 3 of these guys get smoked. These are also like the least believable cartel guys. No. Nope. He gets smoked. He gets smoked. Right then and there. No. In no universe.
Now! Get down now!
In no universe do 3 cartel guys comply
Hands behind your back.
just to go to prison.
So I'm
These are like
guessing
the
my
US
immunity deal's
cartel
out the
guys.
window.
This is like rent-a-cop versions of cartel guys. And just to illustrate the point, let's say I'm a cartel person, right? And I
Are
have
you admitting something?
I have infinite money. And I have resources that I could access the best military training on the planet, the best equipment, and get to, you know, recruit from a huge pool of psychopaths that I've been training since they were in elementary school. You think they get bodied by 2 LAPD guys? Like, this is not Rush Hour 3, you know? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know, man. I also feel like they're not the like, oh, give up and try their day in court kind of guys. Like the amount of RICO charges and then like whatever that they're gonna try to beat here, attempted murder. Like the first group of guys, it's a life or death struggle.
Yeah.
These 3 dudes were like what, the B team, and then they like smoked one of your compatriots, right? And you're gonna maybe they don't know because they don't have cell phone signal, but I
Well,
don't
the
know.
cartel radios probably work.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Theirs definitely work.
Bro. Shout out to Latin America, dog. Their stuff's squared away. See,
It's perfect.
Juan would know. Can't confirm or deny.
They recruited these guys from the fucking PTA, dude.
Seriously though, like I feel like you also have like a suicide pact, dude. If one of us gets held, like just know I'm gonna go blast it.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna take the shot.
You would at least chance it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying, dog.
you really care about extra charges when you're
No.
already.
No, fuck it. We ball. Like you know what I mean?
No communication with no body cam. We'll
Nothing.
know your face. We'll know nothing about
Yeah,
you.
nothing.
True.
So dumb. Anyways, we'll keep going. This is no.
I know you're disappointed in
Those
me,
cookies look good.
but you and Mom always
still
taught me
not
to be
gonna
true
eat
to
it.
myself. And this job, it's who I am.
They were disappointed when you got the neck.
It makes me
tattoo.
happy. You hate the system because it's designed to punish people, not care for them. But that will never change unless people like me step up and make it change.
Still won't change.
No.
I heard you talking to that patient down the hall. You were honest with him and kind. I was impressed.
Dr. Chen?
William, I told you not to come.
Dad, who's this?
A friend. You should go.
I'm so sorry. That was...
William, did you assault my father?
It was an accident. I didn't...
Nightstick comes out.
No, Lucy, don't.
No.
It'll
Why are you
devastate
arresting him?
Destroy all the work we've done.
I'm
Who's
sorry.
the victim?
Let him go.
I can't. I don't have a choice.
Spawn's a choice.
I will be right here when you get out of surgery, okay?
Don't bother.
Oh, bro, Dad is mega based.
So I guess
he does not back off the
I guess If he's having surgery, you could go the SBI route. Serious bodily injury.
The issue becomes they're not in a domestic relationship, right? So there's no shall arrest clause to this. You are choosing to enforce assault SBI, which would be aggravated assault. The other part of that is because he's a physician working on you, there's like a protected party. It's like a teacher or whatever. But like, who's your complainant? And what's your clause that allows you to supersede? Unless it's the only thing you could maybe get away with is the NED or like the emergency detention because this person's so crazy they're potentially injuring people or they did injure somebody. But like, how many nurses do we know that get assaulted and injured?
So, but technically, if he's admitting to the felony, right?
Like he did a verbal admittance. Oh no, I'm not saying.
I mean, she said, "Did you assault my father?" And he said, "I'm sorry, it was an accident."
I have no beef with her taking enforcement action because this guy's already breaking people's arms. On accident or not, you've clearly lost your adulting privileges for a little bit. Law enforcement's going to step in. She owes it to that facility to make sure that it's a safe place. That's her only function in life is to keep the peace, right? And if you're so out of control and treatment's not working or doctors haven't done a good enough job, the only real recourse you leave for law enforcement is to arrest you and articulate some way to do it, right? I know there's a lot of people that are going to get really upset about that. However, what if it was your loved one that got assaulted because we refused to take action? Or what if it was you that got assaulted? Or worse, that person dies because they assault the wrong person.
Right.
Right? Try that in South Dallas.
So I guess it's our bad.
You're bad? Your guys are supposed to give Hayes a thorough pat down before bringing him to the safe house. How the hell did they miss a tracking device?
Well, they didn't. The deputy who patted him down confessed to slipping Hayes the tracking chip. He's in custody now, too.
So what's going to happen to Hayes?
Well, he's facing half a dozen new charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder. He'll do 20 years easy. That's if he still cooperates.
Officer Chen, booking report is only 3 pages. Why do you have 5?
I thought this arrest warranted a mental health report addendum.
The perpetrator shattered your father's arm. Are you sure you're not trying to get back into your dad's good graces?
This is why you shouldn't
Pretty
be
sure
doing
that's
the report
impossible,
for your
but
own father.
he's not wrong. This guy needs help, not prison. So I'm gonna do what I can to help get that for him.
Good.
Wait. Was that a test?
What, you think Bradford has monopoly on him?
Yeah, FTOs are there to test you. I don't understand why she's surprised.
Yeah.
Chen did the right thing. She effected the arrest, but she's trying to look at this as, again, an ability to prevent recidivism.
Well, there's also nothing wrong with arresting for a felony plus also adding an AED.
Yeah.
You're taking enforcement action, and then you're advocating for them on the back end with the NED.
Yep.
They're still going to jail.
Yep.
Like, you're not just going to get out of it because of what happened.
It's like people that, I've seen robberies and burglaries that are like, wow, there's clearly a mental health component to this, and I can articulate that. And so you fill out all this extra paperwork for it. But like,
is she doing it for the right reasons?
No. I think she's advocating for getting
if this
approval.
wasn't her father, would she have done the mental health side of things?
Yeah.
Who knows? But good on Bishop.
Yeah.
For Tim testing her.
Thanks for the assist today.
Are you kidding me? That was fun being back in crisis.
Sergeant Gray.
Yes, sir.
I just got off the phone with my wife. The patrol that you assigned to my neighbor never showed up.
That's my fault, sir. I rerouted the officers to assist a traffic collision. If you want to file a complaint, you'd be well within your rights to do so.
I would, if I were remaining in command here. I've just been promoted to headquarters. Good luck with your next captain.
Oh, good luck to you,
Failing upwards.
How the hell did that guy get promoted?
Made a few phone calls, sang his praises downtown. I told them how he single-handedly saved the city.
Doesn't it bother you that he's going to take
That's not what
credit
I
for
did.
That
what
happens
she did
every day.
today?
Yeah.
No. The people who matter know.
He's awfully cozy with that FBI agent.
Kind of chummy with that FBI agent.
And we know he has a wife because Nolan interrupted their date on Valentine's Day. So
I will say this. I do think that's one of the first times I've seen Sergeant Gray embody a very important principle of policing. And that is that you have to always try to do your job for the right reasons. And that is for the people.
Can we be real, though?
Yeah.
A sergeant singing the praises of a captain is not going to get him promoted.
Oh, they don't. They could care. No, they don't.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care at all. I will say this though. Oftentimes, what's upsetting, and this will bug you guys collectively, nonprofits, politicians, I don't know, community leaders, they will all quickly go. The joke I used to make is go pee on it because they want to go claim ownership of anything. Finding a missing kid.
Oh yeah.
Apprehending a suspect, crime rate going down. It's weird who will go about to go claim this or go. I laughed. You'd have like a critical missing, like elderly person.
Yeah. Everyone showing up.
Could do CPR on a kid, save him from the pool, the whole nine. No one will show up. Save a gunshot victim from a gangbang dope rip thing, right? You're over there saving lives. Nobody shows up. But if it made it to the news and it's an old lady that's missing on some random side of town, but if they're in every stripe and bar and star showing up to that call to go take a selfie, like
first time they put their full uniform on in a month.
It doesn't fit right because it's like, they haven't worn it in so long.
It's a little small, a little snug.
Exactly.
In the wrong areas.
That is part of the job, but I think if you're doing it for the right reasons, you'll be tickled by the idea as opposed to be upset by it. And I think that Gray embodied that.
Sergeant Gray is growing on me more than Officer Worst
by a mile. Oh, that was huge. He made the right decisions. He accepted accountability for the decisions he made, and instead of trying to circumvent the rules, he's like, I can get this guy to promote up and not be my problem.
Also, he took a light fixture to the head and is still working harder than Officer Worst.
Tanked it.
Yeah.
He didn't even stop doing his job.
No.
He slapped a Band-Aid on a gushing head wound.
Yeah.
And was like, we got this. Come here, FBI hot stuff. Let's go solve some crime.
Wow. Watch out, Nolan.
Yeah. So that was yet another rookie episode. If you guys enjoy this type of stuff, go ahead and let us know in the comment section below. If there's any specific suggestions that you have, go put it there. We do go live twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. We are likely doing it right after this, so you guys can go hang out with us there. If you'd like to spend even more time with us, you can join our Patreon group for as little as $1 a month. It gives you direct access to our Discord. We also have memberships live for whatever that means on YouTube. You go ahead and join us there. You'll get better notifications when we do go live with material, community posts. I think they get special emojis.
Badge, right?
That also give them access to Discord?
Yeah,
Mega based. So you have a couple different ways to engage with our content. We do hang out. We do movie nights, meetups, range days, a bunch of cool stuff. So if you'd like to be part of the bigger discussion of making policing more realistic and better for the world, go ahead and hang out with us. And thank you for riding 2 Man with us. Until next time, peace.